Let's use this old-timey map. We're in the right place, okay? How would you have liked to have been called on the most spectacular expedition of mankind? Would you be speechless, nervous, excited? Well, my good friend Meriwether Lewis and I, William Clark, felt these same immense emotions. When asked to lead a caravan on an 863-day patrol to the other unknown, unmapped end of the United States, our monumental mission, which took over 2 years to unfold, was the beginning of westward exploration. But before all this, we had to pack for our little trip. We brought many things on our journey. We had 30 brave men to help hunt, map, and track down things. We had 8 Indian training goods and everything from sewing needles to writing paper, ink, and crayons. We also had many cows, horses, and other things that you would need. Of course, we had lots and lots of food. It's hard to believe all the planning we had to do before we could leave. Can you imagine waiting so long and then finally being able to set out on your expedition? It was so exciting. And then, finally the day arrived. On May 14th, 1804, Lewis and I and our 30 brave adventurers set out on our long journey across the United States. We first launched our boat in the Ohio River at Pittsburgh. Since President Jefferson couldn't accompany us, we wrote everything down in journals for him to read. We found over 300 different plants and wildlife and mapped nearly everything. We couldn't wait to show the president all we had discovered. And as we whisked along, we ran into Indian tribes and gave them medals of friendship. Surprisingly, the only member on our crew to die was Sergeant Charles Floyd. He died of a ruptured appendix. May he rest in peace. Anywho, during our long, tedious travel, we hired French-Canadian fur trader Toussaint Charnabou and his Chennawi wife Sacagawea to interpret Indian languages. And after long months, weeks, and days, our tired, brave men and one woman finally reached the great Pacific Ocean. It was a glorious sight, that ocean. Our homeward journey began on March 23, 1806. According to the Indians, we didn't take the shortest route to the Pacific. So, we divided the expedition in two and separated at Traveler's Rest. My group explored the Marcus River where we fought Blackfoot Indians, barely making it out alive. And Clark's group built canoes and paddled down the Yellowstone River until we both reunited on the Missouri River, continuing the rest of the expedition together. Gratefully, after trudging down the Missouri-Mississippi, we reached St. Louis on September 23, 1806, ending the Lewis and Clark expedition. If you thought about it, where would you be without us? We paved the way for others to settle in the western United States. Of course, the U.S. could have asked someone else to go on this treacherous journey, but no one would have been as brave as Clark and Lewis.
Lewis and Clark.
Clark and Lewis.
Lewis and Clark.